Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of 3 Geeks Flix. This is the Tech flying solo and I have some Geek Feed news for you that has dropped on September 1st, 2017. 3 topics here that I'm going to go over. Of course, Mr. Rick James, will you please... Thank you. First off, well, what would a 3 Geeks Flix episode be, especially a Geek Feed, without some Star Wars news? Hey! Sue me. Whatever. Please don't. I don't have that much money. But anyways,
God, please, no!
Paul Bettany went to Twitter with Mr. Ron Howard, and apparently they're teasing a role of, I don't know how big, how little, or whatever, in the Han Solo movie, which is awesome, because who's not a fan of Paul Bettany? He's the Vision. He was amazingly in A Knight's Tale, which was classic movie, clutch movie, fantastic film, warm blanket for sure. Priest. So Paul's got some clout. He's got the chops. So no matter what he does, no matter how small or big, or whether we'll realize who he is in it or not, because Star Wars is, world renowned, known for hiding superstars within their movies. Either way, it's cool to see. Glad to see somebody else coming on. It's good to see Ron Howard having some fun in that film with some big stars, given all the controversy, or not so much controversy, but change that they've had here lately. So a positive in the book, ready to see it when it comes out, which is not this year. So got to hold on, hang on, and wait for good stuff to come. Moving along, we have news on The Crow movie. Now, The Crow, there's been problems with this movie being rebooted and redone since the days that Edward Furlong starred in that.
What a bunch of crap.
Well, I won't say what it was, but we all have a good idea that we could have done without that Crow, quite frankly, and I'm going to act like it never happened, and we should stop talking about it right now.
Shut the
because
hell up.
This Crow has some exciting news to it. Corin Hardy, the director of Hollow, or The Hollow, is tied to it. Also, though, another big name that's tied to it is none other than Mr. Jason Momoa himself from Game of Thrones and our current Aquaman. So, exciting to see that. I could definitely see Jason as a Crow. He's got a perfect feel and look that kind of falls in line with our first 2 Crows. So, we'll see what happens. Sony should be able to make this movie. Sony shouldn't have any problems with it. So, keep your fingers crossed, smooth sailing ahead, and hopefully the Crow curse is going to be broken. Moving along to our last bit of information, there's a rumor mill bit going around about the new Joker movie that will come out. Now, Mr. Phillips from The Hangover is writing it from Mr. Silver, who's helping him write it, from 8 Mile. And, of course, Martin Scorsese is co-producing it with Phillips. And then apparently I read that Phillips is now going to direct this film, but there's a tidbit running around that maybe Scorsese will use some of his clout to bring on Oscar-winning actor Leonardo DiCaprio to lead in this original standalone Joker movie that is apparently going a different route. It's not, for what we know now, tied to the DC verse, because it said that Leto is not going to be the Joker in this movie, which, okay, that's fine. It's fair enough. He's coming back in Gotham City Sirens and Suicide Squad 2, apparently, and hopefully the Batman. So, would this be good? I mean, could this be something, given that they're going for something a little more gritty, a little more 80s crime feel to it? Yeah. I mean, DiCaprio can play any role, regardless of what he's got going on now or what anybody thinks of him outside of acting. He is a fantastic, absolutely a deserving Academy Award-winning actor. And I don't think that he could hurt it. I think Ledger showed that if anybody takes the time and actually researches the role and pays respect to it, it can be done. Now, of course, Jack Nicholson warned Ledger about doing the role and taking him down dark roads, and we can see that, you know, it led Leto down to some very disturbing behavior and everything, but he's a, you know, he gets into it. He's a method actor. He definitely becomes the role, and I can see DiCaprio becoming the role, and I could see him possibly not having to go so far down the rabbit hole, since this is an origin story and it may not have to really envelop him in all the dark and gritty and despairing things that could happen and go on. But then again, I could be wrong and they could just totally blow the top off of this thing. So let us know what you think about all these topics. Give us a shout. Don't be afraid. That's what the comments are for. So while you do that, check us out on Facebook, 3 Geeks Flix. Give us a like, comment, holler, troll us. You don't do Facebook? We've got Twitter. It's at the number 3 Geeks Flix. Flix is, of course, spelled F-L-I-X. So give us a follow there. Give us a holler there, troll there. Get on YouTube, which you're on right now. Give us a like. Leave us a comment. Please do subscribe. Share the love. Let everybody know about it. Even if it's somebody you don't like, we will again waste anybody's time that they will let us waste with a smile.
You even know what you just said?
Always a place in front of that monitor for them to kick back with us. So appreciate y'all sticking around, and stay tuned to the glow of those monitors, because we're going to catch you next time. Good night.